have Wejo and Gordon, please?
Okay. Okay, here?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gordon, and this is Wejo. We are from Team Syncze, and we are students from Computer Engineering in Singapore Polytechnic. Today, we'll be presenting our wearable solution for the safety of children with autism spectrum disorder. Did you know 49% of children with autism have a tendency of straying away from their parents or guardians? Based on the research, after the age of 4, 49% of children with ASD attempted to elope at least once, and ages 4 to 7, 46% of children eloped, and for ages 8 to 11, 27% of children eloped. Our goal for this project is to help these young autism kids. Before we proceed, let me share a little story with you. We decided on this topic because of my friend's sibling story. He actually has autism, and when he was young, he ran away from his parents when they were at Chinatown. He was missing for about 30 minutes, and that was enough to give his parents extreme anxiety. Hence, I researched to see if there were more people like him, and found out there were actually many similar cases. From listening to his experience, I realized that his parents greatly care for their child's safety and well-being. Hence, we decided to create an affordable tracking watch which will allow parents or guardians to track their children through application. So, why would people rather buy our product than the many trackers out in the market today? Well, there are 4 main reasons. The first being our product is a third of their price, making it the cheapest in the market. Most of the tracking devices out there are over $100 or close to it. The second reason is the form of our tracker, which is a watch. After looking at the market for tracking devices, there are a lot of them not in the form of wearable form for the child. This defeats the purpose of the device, as the child will not be holding onto the device when they elope. The third reason would be that our watch will not have a subscription cost, hence allowing our watch to be as cheap as possible, allowing lower income families to afford it. Last but not least, our watch is very user-friendly, allowing parents to easily use the application without much effort. So, what does our product do? The first feature will be geolocation. Our watch will be able to sync with the parent's phone to allow them to see their child's location at all times in an Android application. The location tracking is able to track the child's location within a radius of 6 meters. The second feature is geofencing. The Android app allows parents to train in the area, which will inform them via notification in their phone when their child enters or leaves the area. This allows parents to be instantly informed when the child runs away from school or from a field trip. The third reason is fall detection. There will be a fall detection system in the watch, which will inform the parents when their child has experienced a fall via notification in their phone. This will allow parents to know instantly that the child experienced a fall and can swiftly inform the guardian of the child, such as the teachers, to find and help the child. Last but not least, the app will show the child's past location up to a day in the app. Next, we'll be sharing how our tracking works. The device will retrieve the child's location using Google Geolocation API based on nearby Wi-Fi networks and not GPS. These coordinates and timestamp will be uploaded and stored securely in our Firebase database. Concurrently, the Android application will be polling the database for live updates and displaying the child's location marker. To add to this, we included a geofencing capability in our application. Parents can key in a desired address and radius to create a virtual perimeter around a physical location. When the child leaves the geofence area, the application will notify the parents. Likewise, when the child enters the geofence area, the application will also update them. To reduce the worries for children's safety for the parents, we created a fall detection system and linked it to the application. The watch will constantly check the child's speed. If the child passes a certain point in speed, it will check the child's orientation and determine as a fall if the angle change is 80 to 100 degrees. This will send the information to the Firebase, which will update the fall status to true, which will then be sent to the Android application. The Android app will then send a notification to the parents telling him that their child fell and to contact the guardian. Next, I'll be passing my time on to Wejo, who will be explaining how we created our prototype.
Thank you, Gordon. So firstly, we took some time to choose the correct components, which can fit in a small footprint. We decided to go with the ESP32, a powerful microcontroller with many features. We also decided to add in a gyroscope sensor for tracking fall detection. After designing our circuit diagram, we connected the devices together and programmed it using Arduino IDE. Simultaneously, we also began to work on our mobile application using Android Studios. After both parts of the prototype has been completed, we set up the database, which stores data and links both together. Next, we designed a 3D printed case using Fusion 360 to store the components securely and protect it from external elements such as water and dust. We use ABS material for the 3D prints, which is biocompatible for permanent skin contact. Finally, we assembled our watch, so this is our watch, and we ensured that all features are working as intended. So with our prototype in hand, we tested it out with Gordon's friend's sibling, his friend, and parents to get some feedback. So the feedback we received was generally positive, with testers claiming that it was comfortable to wear, and having a great experience using the application to track the location of the child. However, one major disadvantage was the short battery life, which we will be working to improve in the future. So this brings us to our future developments. So firstly, we will ensure that the data stored in the database is secure, so that it will not be used maliciously by unauthorized users. In order to improve our prototype, we also plan to make it even smaller and flatter, so that it will be more comfortable for the wearer. And we will also increase the battery life of the device based on the feedback we have received. Other developments include adding an affordable GPS module in the watch for redundancy and role-based logins for different users, such as teachers and guardians. With that, we thank you for your kind attention, and now we'll be open to any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team Syncze. I think from previous presentation until now, there's been a lot of interest, not only from caregivers, but also parents of young children who may want to use your device, especially since it's cheaper than anything on the market. Just now when you were raising the watch up, we couldn't really see it. Could you raise it in front of your face again and show everyone? Just everyone have a good look.
Yeah.
It's, wow, it's almost like an iWatch, but slightly thicker. Is it thicker or thinner than an iWatch?
Yeah. About 1.6 cm. Yeah.
1.6 cm thick. Okay, great. Yeah. So I'm really interested to know, what are the challenges you foresee in terms of in future if new features like comms with between the parent and the child, or what are the challenges in terms of long-term usage for 2 or 3 years or in mass production?
Right. So to answer the first question, currently our device does not support communicating between the child and the parent directly. So in order to add in the feature, it will significantly increase the cost of the watch. So we have to keep that in mind. But at the same time, we want to do more research. It means we seek more parents' opinions, see if such a feature is actually helpful for them and whether they will actually use it or not before considering whether we want to implement it in the watch itself. And as for the second one, for long-term usage, for this one, our current if you are talking about battery life, it won't last as long as 1 year. Currently, it's at most 14 hours. Yeah, so it's kind of for now, it's like a rechargeable thing. So every day they'll still have to recharge it. But in the future, we plan to increase the battery life, which will probably help with like letting the user use it for a longer period of time, so they don't have to charge it as often. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Do you have any? What are the challenges you foresee in terms of moving to mass production for your device?
Right. So as for mass production, actually the components that we showed, actually it's manageable because it comes with a battery, a gyroscope sensor, and the ESP32. So in terms of mass production, I would say this would be the easier part. As for our application, it can be easily reused because anybody can use the app. So I would say that our prototype can be expanded quite quickly in terms of development. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Team Syncze. It's such an amazing prototype that can be easily transformed into a product. So thank you very much. That's all the time we have today.